Hello, I hope you're keeping well. Today I'm just going to talk through some fake tan tips and a bit of a practical guide as to how you can try and ensure you're going to have the best possible tan. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm by no means an expert. My friends will be looking at this thinking the amount of times I've messed up my tan, but these are a few things that will definitely help the process along. So I tend to do a tan once, maybe twice a week. The first thing I always do, whether I've got tan on or not, is exfoliate everywhere. That can be, if you've got a flannel, have a nice long bath or long shower and kind of save your exfoliation, I would say, to the very end. So like try and wash your hair, shave your legs, do everything. And then take the flannel, get right into any dry areas like your elbows, knees, ankles, things like that. Or if you've got a scrub, I'm using this Soap and Glory one at the moment. It's lovely. Love a few Soap and Glory bits for the shower. Just give a nice scrub everywhere. Then once I've done that, I'll take a little bit of moisturiser. Now, personally, I don't moisturise everywhere before my tan. I just do key areas. So elbows, again, knees, ankles, anywhere that you know, you usually get a few patches as well. So if you have a bit of a problem area, for me, it's always my wrists. Just go a little bit more assertively with your moisturiser. I'm using this one at the moment, the Pixi Hydrating Milky Lotion, but I would advise just keep this as lightweight and moisturising. Definitely avoid any oils because that'll mean that the tan won't stick to them. Just something nice and simple to give you a bit of moisture and not get in the way too much. Now, if you're like me, what I do, like once a week, say, is I do all my maintenance in one go. So my legs are getting shaved, my tan's going on, my nails are getting done. They do say, like any tanning expert will tell you, shave your legs the day before, but I just like to do it all in one. So I try and shave my legs in the morning, give them a bit of a break, and then do my tan before bed. If you are doing your nails as well, get them off now, because I feel like you don't want to then, once you've done your hands and everything, be faffing about with nail varnish remover that's potentially going to disrupt your hands. So get your nails off once you clean and exfoliated and everything. We're going to do them at the very end once you're in bed waiting for your tan to develop. Next step, I would say, get all of your skincare on and do your face first. So if you're doing your face, a couple of options: get your skincare on and then do your tan on top. Or I've been using these James Reid Click and Glow drops. They're one of many drops I've tried that you mix into your moisturiser. You just rub between your hands and get them on. I'm a big fan of James Reid and all of his tanning products. I'm yet to come across one that I haven't got on with, to be honest with you. These are his latest drops, and I'd say in comparison to other drops I've used, they come up nice and deep. So I've been using 4 or 5 drops. I did 5 last night and I really felt a big difference. Another one of James's facial tanners is the Gradual Tan Sleep Mask Face Tan. His whole sleep mask range is brilliant because it doesn't stain your sheets. I'd say the main difference, if you've been eyeing up the two of them, is that this is a little bit sheerer with one general application, whereas this drop system, you can customise how deep or how sheer you want to go. So that's 2 options for you. But get your face done. Do that with your hands. So you can get into every nook and cranny, and then wash your hands thoroughly before you do the rest of your body. Because another thing, you've done your moisturiser, you've done your face cream, you've done your tan on your face, you're then going to have slippy hands, and we can't have slippy hands going into our mitt. So let's clean our hands, ready to do some tanning. Now, 2 brands that I really use for my tans is James Reid and Isle of Paradise. James Reid is really good for your traditional tans. Gradual or full is pretty much the choice you've got to make. He's got a number of softer options and a number of, you're going to see them right away, options. Isle of Paradise is Jules Von Help's brand, Jules Von Help, and what he wanted to do was create a brand that colour corrected as well as gave you the tan. So I remember when it first came out, he was saying to me that because he's tanned everybody and, you know, in so many different capacities, he was saying that for different complexions, he was mixing in maybe a bit of green to counteract redness, or, you know, different things. So he's got different coloured formulas depending on what you want from your skin. So for me, I get on really well with his green tanning range because it's good for knocking out redness. Either or, I love them both. I don't think you can go wrong with either. He's got this prep spray that you could do all over your body to just get everything balanced and ready. The theory behind this is if you were to get this, it just prolongs the length of time your tan is going to live. So nice option. Okay, now you're doing your actual tan. Try and clean your mitts as often as you can. It makes the world of difference as to how the tan goes on. If you haven't got a mitt, just pick a pair of socks that you're not absolutely mad about and use them. I've done that I don't know how many times. I'm just going to talk through a few tans that I really love. The James Reid 1 hour tan glow mask, face and body. Obviously great if you're in a rush and you want something quick, really good, but I just actually use this overnight and wait till the morning. James's tans in this kind of pump bottle are almost a gel-like formula. I don't know if you could see me there, my battery was going low. So if you want something that feels quite hydrating but still lightweight, you're going to get on really well with those. If you want an absolute wowzer, I feel like I've done 3 layers of tan overnight. His dry oil tan is incredible. I've got through bottles and bottles and bottles of this. I'm very lucky in my job. I get to try lots of different products. This is one of the products I can say I repurchase the most. I wouldn't be without this in the cupboard. I love my Isle of Paradise tans, but as I'm at my mum and dad's at the moment and my flat is full of my kind of die-hard things, I haven't got them to hand. I love Jules's pink mousse. It's a softer tan colour and it's really lovely for if you want to take the edge off, but do you know what it's lovely for? If you're a bit tired and you just don't quite have the headspace to make sure you've done every little nook and cranny, you can't really go wrong with it. And I'd say the same for Jules' sleep mask. Get it on. It's a gradual tan. The thing with both of them, even their graduals give you a good bit of colour, so you do feel a difference in the morning, but they're not as wowzer as a full tan. For a general, you haven't done your tan and you want a tan like an instant, Jules Disco Tan is lovely. It's got a very sheer shimmer through it. I don't want you to think you're going to look glittery, but it's shimmery enough that your skin looks healthy and quite well lit. So I really like that one, washes off really easily. If you've got a few bruises or your skin just feels a bit dull, or you want a really polished, lovely, like, you know, the legs you'd see on like the dancers on Strictly Come Dancing or something. I don't know why they've popped into my head, but like really amazing legs. Can't recommend Vita Liberata, well, I can't say it, so I definitely can't recommend it enough either. Vita Liberata Body Blur. It's quite a pasty texture. It's very unusual. It's almost like applying a mousse. It's got a little bit of coverage to it. It's very golden, and it makes your legs look flawless and airbrushed. So love that one. So I've done all my tan. I've got my skincare on. I've done everything. The next thing I'm going to do is a little bit of hand cream because I want to make sure, first of all, I've had my mitt on. What I put this here, actually, I meant to say, my personal favourite is this James Reid mitt, but again, I think the thing with mitts is as long as they're clean, you can't go wrong. And I know Jules has said to me a million times, just get a lovely pack of mitts from Primark and they'll do a great job. I've had my hands in there. I've gone up to here with my tan as much as I can. I've got my face on. I've got everything else done. I personally use a bit of hand cream. I always tend to use a L'Occitane hand cream. I love them. But whatever hand cream you've got, use a bit of hand cream through my hands to just do this. Use a bit of the excess on the backs of my hands and rub again to smush it all in. I don't know what the boys would say about that. They might be wincing when they see that as a recommendation, but that's what I do. And then finally, what I would really recommend with any oil that you've got, you're going to then do your nails. You're having your pamper night. You're doing your once a week maintenance if you're me. Then, always a great tip when you're doing your nails, but use a little bit of nail oil just around the cuticles. They always recommend that you do that, anyone that tells you about your nails, but also because tan and oil hate one another, that is going to eliminate, if any tan got into those cuticles, it can look quite dirty, especially under the nails, and it will make sure that no tan has got in there and that's all looking nice and clean. So fresh from my own maintenance, they are the tips I would say. So key takeaways: exfoliate first with a scrub or a flannel. I'm going through my things to have a look. Moisturise the areas that are prone to being dry or that are prone to messing up. Get all your skincare on first and your tan on your face, then wash your hands so that they're dry and ready, that your mitt isn't going to be slipping everywhere. Get your tan on, bit of hand cream on to merge that tan up the hands, and get a bit of oil on your nails. In fact, whether you're painting your nails or not, it's really good to get the oil on there to just make sure there's no spills around the nails. But I hope that was helpful, and let me know if there are any other kind of body care things in particular you'd like to hear about. Again, the amount of times I've messed up my tan, I'm not entirely sure I would recommend you follow any of that video, but here we are, I've made it now. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.